Some of the biggest names in the music industry are being exposed, revealing the disturbing extremes some parents will pursue in the name of money and fame. This is the chilling story of how Usher's own mother allegedly sacrificed her son's well-being, sparking a cycle of exploitation that continues to haunt young celebrities in Hollywood today. What truly happened to Usher at Diddy's infamous Flavor Camp, and what was Diddy really doing around underage individuals?
But being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there, you got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs?
Usher entered the music industry at a young age, guided by the management of his mother. He was soon signed by Larry Reid, the same industry powerhouse who would later bring Justin Bieber into the spotlight. However, shortly after landing his record deal, Usher experienced a major setback. He lost his voice. This critical moment marked the beginning of his association with Diddy. Diddy approached Usher's mother with a proposition: allow Usher, just 13 years old at the time, to live with him so he could help shape the young artist's career. By then, many in the industry were already aware of Diddy's controversial reputation, making the offer deeply concerning. Yet, instead of protecting her son from potential danger, Usher's mother accepted the deal. She chose career advancement and financial opportunity over her son's safety, sending him to live with Diddy completely unsupervised.
I don't care what they say, because they tried to push me out. They didn't want me in. They would actually say, you know, you're too close to the project. No, I'm not. Because remember, Usher went to stay with Puffy. Now that was a business decision right there, because I didn't know Puffy. I didn't know him.
How old was he?
Usher was 15. He lost his voice.
Physically or just?
You know, puberty. He's growing. And he lost his voice. So he lost his range. So the record company felt like, okay, this is not a great investment. So Puffy was there, and I will never forget it. We had this conversation, and he said, you're going to have to trust me. That was really, really a hard decision.
Rather than safeguarding her son's well-being, Usher's mother made a calculated business decision, choosing to send her 13-year-old child to live with one of the most controversial figures in the music industry. Shockingly, she later admitted that she didn't know Diddy personally, nor did she fully understand his true intentions with Usher. Still, she sent him away without hesitation. Allegedly, it was during this time that Usher was first exposed to an inappropriate and potentially dangerous environment. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Usher reflected on his time at Diddy's so-called Flavor Camp, describing it as an eye-opening experience. He recalled constantly being surrounded by adults and situations no young teenager should ever be part of, scenarios far beyond his years and maturity.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And what do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Yeah.
Usher moved in with Diddy, and when his debut album was released, Diddy leveraged his powerful industry connections to boost Usher's visibility and success. However, it's been alleged that this support came with strings attached. Usher was expected to remain under Diddy's influence and follow his directives. During this time, troubling rumors began to surface about Diddy's behavior toward the young singer. These whispers have lingered for more than 2 decades. Sources close to Diddy, including former members of his security team, along with remarks from Usher in various interviews, have all hinted at inappropriate conduct behind the scenes. Sadly, Usher was neither the first nor the last young star to find themselves in a vulnerable position under Diddy's mentorship.
I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy.
There have even been reports suggesting that an incident involving Diddy led to Usher being hospitalized. Whispers from within the industry have surfaced over the years, with insiders claiming they heard about a young artist, believed to be Usher, who had to be rushed to the hospital following an alleged encounter with the music mogul. Though details remain scarce and unconfirmed, the story has fueled long-standing concerns about what really happened behind closed doors during that time.
Asking, because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that. And they may be doing something. They may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that. And then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when people say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. Man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and
by this point, Usher was reportedly under Diddy's full influence. A leaked video from one of Diddy's parties shows him hugging Usher while making a disturbing comment to Kevin Hart about spending the night with him. In that same conversation, Diddy casually mentioned waking up with Usher during their time at what he called Puffy's Flavor Camp. These unsettling remarks have fueled growing concern and speculation, raising the question, why was a grown man repeatedly in such intimate and questionable situations with a 13-year-old child?
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even. I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. It's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early.
Allegations have also emerged suggesting that Usher may have contracted an illness as a result of his early experiences in the industry. In 2012, reports surfaced claiming that Usher had transmitted the illness to several individuals. These claims led to legal action, and it was later revealed that Usher allegedly paid over $1 million in settlement fees to resolve the matter privately.
Documents have leaked about Usher. They were obtained by Radar Online. And apparently back in 2009 or 2010, he had contracted herpes and passed it on to a celebrity stylist having unprotected sex with her. He had to pay $1.1 million to that woman for severe emotional distress. And he also covered her medical bills. That case was settled back in 2012. Now, allegedly, there was a greenish discharge from his penis.
Whoa, that's a booger. He's not a booger. Penis boogers? I didn't know that.
He said he went to the doctor. He was cleared of any STDs. So the woman went on and continued. Now, if I notice a greenish discharge oozing out of your penis,
This ain't Nickelodeon.
I don't know that I would
That ain't
continue.
slime.
What you gonna say?
I know all these kids playing with slime nowadays, but no.
I don't care who you are, okay?
Nothing green supposed to be coming out your penis.
Nah, not at all.
That's not how this works.
Nope.
Yellow comes out my penis.
Usher has never publicly addressed his sexuality, and that remains entirely his personal choice. However, it's noteworthy that he has frequently been associated with individuals who have been involved in controversial or troubling situations, either as alleged abusers or as victims. One such individual is Orlando Brown, who has made headlines for claiming he had personal encounters with both Diddy and Usher. While these claims remain unverified, they have added fuel to ongoing speculation and public curiosity surrounding Usher's past connections.
We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher.
Shocking claims have emerged suggesting that Usher, once a victim of abuse in the industry, may now be part of the very troubling cycle he once endured. In 2008, when Justin Bieber was signed to Le Reed and Usher took on the role of his manager, Justin was just 13 years old, the same age Usher had been when he entered the industry. Rather than protecting Justin, Usher is said to have allegedly handed him over to Diddy for 48 hours with no parental supervision or oversight. During this time, Diddy reportedly had free reign, and Justin was allegedly instructed not to speak about what transpired.
Also just show you this montage. This is a montage that was shared by Evie Magazine. They do great work on their TikTok of Justin Bieber, again, just 15 years old, in Hollywood, surrounded by a bunch of adults. And you let me know if any of this registers to you as normal. Take a listen.
Wow! I feel violated right now. Wow.
Yes. Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes. Look at what a beautiful...
There are disturbing claims suggesting that Diddy groomed Usher to the extent that Usher may have become complicit in enabling new victims. Much like Usher's mother, Justin Bieber's parents are said to have been indifferent to the potential dangers surrounding their son, prioritizing his career over his safety. This has led to speculation that the cycle of abuse, which allegedly began with Usher, continued with Justin Bieber, perpetuating a troubling pattern within the industry.
He had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there but you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
It seems like you're asking for assistance with something specific. If you could clarify what you're looking for, I'd be happy to help in any way I can. Feel free to share and I'll assist you accordingly.
Bieber. This kid comes up to you. He's not Justin Bieber yet. He's just some kid. And he says, I want to sing for you.
It was at the studio of Jermaine Dupri's. I said, why don't you set up a meeting between me and your manager? I'd love to meet with you and do this in a formal setting. I'm late for an appointment with Jermaine Dupri.
Right.
And I don't want to keep him waiting. Let's just do this the right way.
And then you have him come to audition for you, right?
Actually, there were a few people. My wife at the time.
Right.
It also was Perry Reed, L.A. Reid's first wife.
So you were all sitting in a room somewhere.
We were in a room.
Yeah.
And I showed her the video. And Perry says, are you crazy? You better get down there and meet this kid right now. He's amazing.
When all these dick pics come out and all this stuff with Bieber's big penis, are you the mastermind behind that? Say, listen, show off your big penis and people will come to those concerts. Or are you sitting there?
Is that the kind of managing he's doing?
Usher, are you sitting down with him and saying, yeah, show you, or leave it in your pants? I mean, do you sit him down and say, look, part of this is PR, man.
By the way, he does have a brain of his own.
Yeah, but were you shocked at the size of his penis?
Hey, listen, he has a mind of his own. What he chose to do with his penis is his prerogative. He's managing that aspect of his life.
But Usher is somebody.
I have nothing to do with Justin Bieber's.
Justin Bieber trusted Usher and was inspired by Diddy, but both reportedly betrayed him. In a recent interview with Apple Music, Justin became visibly emotional as he opened up about his early years in the industry. He reflected on the lasting impact of those experiences and expressed a deep desire to protect today's child stars, aiming to shield them from the same harm he endured.
Living in this shame, living in all this sort of stuff of my past, and I wasn't able to move on.
Do you think the person that the you of then was on a path of self-destruction?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah. It would have been no bueno. It was bad. I don't know if I'd be alive, for sure. It was dark, but I want to definitely tell my story so that if that resonates to anybody, that they can hopefully learn from it.
Well, for me, music comes from somewhere.
Right.
Maybe it comes from this youthful naivety and this desire to escape something. And then you get out there in front of the world, and then it comes from a place of wanting more of it.
Yeah. I mean, just think about how young I was and so impressionable. And you have everybody telling me how awesome I am at all times, Like, I just want people to understand, like, the psychology behind why I potentially could have problems in my life. So, yeah, thank you for being here and helping me tell that story. But yeah, just protecting those moments, because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
Do you realize how important the story is? Every time I have a conversation with someone who's been through this unique type of experience, I'm searching for some kind of truth that can help.
I commend you for going there and asking the tough questions and the things that people don't want to talk about, and they don't want to go there because it's revealing, and I want people to take a look at my story, and hopefully my words can make a difference.
Rather, we have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms. Answer, Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
Okay, imagine that.
No,
I got Believe. Hey, this is a brand new.
Has your mom given you the sex talk yet? I mean, like, I really don't want to have that conversation with my mother. Yeah. Like, I've kind of had it with my father. You want to hear? Oh, really? See, my parents never gave me the sex talk. Okay.
That last one is really just the sickest, asking a young teenage boy whether or not he's had the sex talk. Like, he's doing a media hit on a radio, and she's asking him as one of the questions, like, have you had the sex talk? This is Hollywood.